Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise.
What's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. So check this out, y'all. Today we have this video where this woman by the name of Eboni K is going viral because her extreme take in teaching black women how to be single mothers. Alright, you guys, before I get started, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff, but let's just get right into it. Alright, you guys. So in order for you guys to get some type of context, first you have to understand that we have people the likes of Umar Johnson, right? And this brother, you know, his takes has always been wild because he's just so pro-black. Alright, check Umar Johnson out.
Oh, yes. Your girlfriend is white, but you have 10 years experience. Can you work at the school? You and I both know the answer to that question. I don't know why you asked it. You and I both know the answer to that question. I don't know why you asked it. I just did a 2-hour spiritual seminar on detoxing yourself of negative energy. And here you come with your snow bunny demon energy. I repute you and I reject you in the name of your white God. I send you back to the white God of Europe. My brother, you have my permission to join a white church with a white pastor, with white angels on the wall, and a white Christ. Some black people need to go to a white church because that is where you belong.
Mercy. Alright, so that's a taste of Umar Johnson, just in case you didn't know what he was about. Alright. There's more, because, I mean, this brother, he has some extreme takes. And this one right here was perhaps the most extreme that I've ever heard Umar Johnson. So check this one out.
Umar Johnson must be stopped.
We're going to charge him a pink tax. A pink tax. You want to date pink flesh? You will pay a pink tax. And guess what, brothers and sisters? Guess what? Black men are not dating white girls. Black men are not mating white girls. Black men are not cohabitating with white girls. Black men are not marrying white girls. If you have a white girlfriend, if you are bunny hopping, if you suffer from the snow bunny crisis, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. If you are engaged to a bunny, dating a bunny, humping on a bunny, cohabitating with a bunny, married to a bunny, reproducing with a bunny, I want you to listen. You're not dating and you're not marrying. You are leasing the bunny. I'm going to say it again. You are leasing the snow bunny from the white community. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes, that ain't your woman. She is a lease. When you lease an automobile, when you lease a house, you don't own the house. You simply pay for the house while you are using it. And if you put too many miles on that car, if you use too much of that house, you are subject to an excess tax when you have to turn in the merchandise. So what these black men are doing without even knowing it, they are renting snow bunnies from the white community.
So again, this brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, he is extremely pro-black, and you can see his take. I mean, even his reference to white women, he calls them bunnies. He calls them pretty much animals. He calls them bunnies. And, you know, And you could tell by the tone of voice that he does not mean that in any positive way whatsoever. Now, why did I start here? I started here because you're going to see that there's going to be this YouTube channel by the name of Media Man. And, you know, he's here addressing Dr. Umar Johnson because he wants to show Umar Johnson that his extreme takes on, you know, white women, and his extreme takes on how black women are queens and they're goddesses and all this stuff, that they're asinine. They completely outrageous. Now, check this out, right? Before I even go further, there might be some of you that might think that perhaps I'm a coon or I hate my people. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. If you're ignorant, that's what you're going to believe. But I love my people, both naturally and spiritually. Some of you may not even know what that means. I'll probably go into that in greater detail in another video. But what I want you to understand is this, right? Is that if you go based off just physically that, you know, all black women are queens and goddesses, you're gonna completely be in for a treat, and not a good treat. You are pretty much setting yourself up for failure, because these black women, especially in today's society, the modern black women, the women you are pretty much screwed royally if you think you're going to adopt the mindset that Dr. Umar Johnson has and think that you're going to be set up for a proper functional relationship. You are screwed. Now, let me actually show you guys the actual video of discussion, which is this woman by the name of Eboni K. And let's see why she went viral.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey.
Mercy. Look, I tried my best to contain myself, but I just can't. This woman literally, you know, when I first saw this video, I really thought it was a parody of some sort. I literally thought that maybe this was a joke and, you know, I shouldn't be taking this seriously. But as I did research, this woman by the name of Eboni K. Williams, she is dead ass, you guys. She is dead serious. So she literally has 2 vials of black sperm, and that's the lengths she's going to just so that she can bear children without being in an actual relationship with the black man. But yet, these are the black queens that Dr. Umar Johnson be propping up. She's a goddess, you guys. She's a goddess. Listen up.
Last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number one, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of Black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number two, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable Black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for Black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question or even indict the decision that I and many other Black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many Black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Wow. You guys, I can't make this shit up. And now, you know what's so crazy about it? If you go to, I'm going to leave the link to the actual video so you can find it for yourselves, all right? So you don't think I'm just making this up. But if you go down below to the comment section, she actually disabled the comments. She probably already knew how crazy and ridiculous she would sound, and she probably didn't want to deal with the backlash, or probably in her opinion, her, haters. This is utterly sick. And I think it's so sad because this woman is literally talking about how she is somehow, providing resources for the children. She ain't providing a damn thing for these children. You know what she's providing? She's literally setting up these children for failure. I mean, I've literally done videos on this time and time again. But the statistics that you put these children when they are growing up in a single parent home is completely dismal.
Girls with no fathers in the home have lower self-esteem. Okay, fine, that sucks, but also women with low self-esteem are more promiscuous. No father families more likely to be victims of abuse, especially with single mothers. The more opportunities a child has to interact with the biological father, the less likely they are to commit a crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father. So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. Well, we don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact. I think that just seems better.
Wow. Do you see? And it's sad because the ones that's actually giving this information is a white woman. But then you're gonna have Dr. Umar Johnson say, "Oh, you don't cohabitate with the bunny. Don't lease the bunny." Look, I'm gonna just share this with you guys, right? Because I like to look at things from a biblical standpoint. You see, the Bible never talks about race. All this talk about black, white, yellow, it's all bullshit. It's all garbage. The Bible never talks about race. The Bible talks about nations, right? So, in other words, were the nation of Israel? Maybe you're a Canaanite. Maybe you were whatever, Jebusite, whatever. But it was always talking about nations, right? So I want to share one thing for you before we dive even deeper, right? Let's look at this verse right here. This is from Exodus chapter 12, and we're going to start from 48. And it says this, right? And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee. Now, mind you, you have to understand the context, right? The stranger, in the context of the Bible, it refers to all people outside of Israel. And what you also need to understand is that Israel, historically, they are people of melanated color, melanated skin. I mean, this shit, if you don't believe me, just do your own research. There's too much to go over in just this video alone. But Israel, when you see the word stranger, Israel was dealing with everybody that was not Israel. The stranger could include other melanated people. Again, you have Canaanites, you have a bunch of Hamites, whatever the case you want to call them. But it refers to all people outside of Israel. Notice they didn't say people that were white. They don't speak that way. All they say is when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. And then 49, one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth amongst you. I mean, so this is extremely clear, meaning that, you see, in the eyes of the Most High, because he's actually righteous, unlike Dr. Umar Johnson and all these other pro-black, the black woman is God, the black woman is queen. Okay, yeah, all right. Unlike these jerk-offs, right? The Most High is actually righteous. And the Most High, all he's looking at is, if you're actually willing to keep my commandments, getting circumcised, right? Keeping the law, statute, commandments that I have established for my people, Israel, then, hey, I'm gonna consider you as one homeborn. AKA, what is that? I'm gonna consider you just like Israel. You see, so notice there is no racism when it comes to the Most High. There is no divide or separate. No. The only thing he cares about is, are you going to keep his law, statutes, and commandments? That's the only thing that's important for him. And see, and this is why it's so crazy, because, again, I have a whole bunch of family members, right, who are married, family members, black men, right, married to white women. And these white women have been so loyal. They have been true ride or dies. And are you going to tell me that they just leasing them? No. That is your racism in effect. That is your pain that you carry on in life time and time again, because you are so butthurt about what occurred during the time of slavery. And I'm not here to diminish it. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Slavery was very real and it was indefensible. But what I am saying is that all this talk to try to guilt shame the white man, especially a bunch of people in this generation, white people who had nothing to do with slavery, white people who actually are more of a friend to blacks than blacks themselves. I mean, are we gonna hear me out? I don't believe in black and black, black on black crime, right? Because they never talk about white on white crime. They never talk about Chinese on Chinese crime, right? Black on black crime doesn't exist. Crime just exists, period. But are we not going to just call an apple an apple? Are we not going to just tell it as it is? I mean, how many injustices have been done when you see a black person who you say, oh, that's my brother. Oh, power to the people, my brother. And then they doing you dirtier than the white man. Huh? Tell me. Are we just making this shit up? No. You see, there is something system. What about the music? Pound Town. Pound Town. The ratchetness in the black community is utterly crazy. I mean, that's more crippling to black people than the white man. You see, this is the type of talk that nobody wants to engage in, because, again, it makes you feel better to have the enemy be the white man, something outside of yourself. No. Look in the mirror. Black people, the issues that black people face today is in the mirror. It starts with them. But they the ones that continually perpetuate this ratchet, stank ass culture, this hoodlum culture, this thug culture. They the ones that keep propagating it. But no, it makes them feel better to blame the white man. No. Calling them snow bunnies. No. You see, these people are just, and you know, racism, believe me, I get it. We black people can't be racist because they don't have no system to enforce the racism. I get it. But their bias towards white people is no different than all the closed-minded white people that still carry racism within their way of life. It's no different. It's the same prejudice. It's the same bigotry. It's the same bigotry. Yeah, okay, they're not racist. Okay, because they don't have no system. Well, they still engaging in the same type of bigotry. So now you have this video by Media Man, and check this out, you guys.
Anybody want to start? Go ahead, Bella.
I just wanted to say this before I forget. When she said she secured 2 vials of black sperm, I thought of the Little Rascals and Buckwheat when he said he had a pickle. I got 2 pickles. That's how she looked. I get 2. Okay. But I think it's ridiculous. I absolutely think it's utterly ridiculous and delusional. You know, I've got one and one on the way, you know. Jasmine, you know, she got multiples. Jenna's got multiples. But having a newborn is work in of itself. And then as they grow, as they crawl, you need help. And it's best to, you know, for a father to be in the home, the father of the child to be in the home. And I just think they're not women who make the decision to become a single mother. I think it's selfish, and they're not necessarily thinking about the child's future.
I'm going to stop right here. Again, I'm going to leave the link down below if you want to check out this entire video. It's very well done, excuse me. But I just wanted to stop right here because, again, I'm just glad that not all black women are buying into this hype. That hype that, you know, Eboni K. Williams was trying to spew. It is completely asinine. It's completely garbage. But, you know, again, I don't want this video to be too long-winded. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with Eboni K that women, black women in particular, should be carrying vials of sperm so that they could be single mothers? Or do you think both parents are needed in the household? Y'all already know my stance. But with that being said, Nick over and out. The message sent. Jesus is king, y'all.